So Irish Wish is a romantic fantasy comedy movie set in Ireland, and on that point, they just do such a good job from a cinematography point of view. As from a traveling perspective, they make you really just want to jump on a plane and fly to Ireland and just see all of the beautiful locations that all of these characters visit, as it just looks so spectacular. And this film feels very akin to Lindsay Lohan's signature style, and is a classic romantic comedy with a bit of a magical twist, and I think you can compare it to a lot of other movies, for example Just My Luck, which incidentally also does star Lindsay Lohan, of course, Sliding Doors, Genie, Love at First Sight, Family Switch. So if you look at all of the romantic comedy movies out there, I do actually think Irish Wish is able to slot into them really, really well. And I think all of the messages that this movie is conveying is really, really brilliant too. For example, finding your inner voice, self-trust, and also, most importantly, being careful what you wish for, as I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, as they have dreams, ambitions, and wishes, and sometimes when they don't get what they actually want, they can feel really regretful for this, can feel really disappointed. But actually, I really like that the central message of this movie is that it might not be the best thing for you or the right thing for you, which I think you could definitely see from Lindsay Lohan's Maddie character, as when she does get everything that she has kind of been pining after and has been dreaming towards, it really doesn't feel like it's the right thing for her. Also, like I said, it has a lot of messages about self-value and finding the courage and the strength to really speak up for yourself and to defend yourself, and to really therefore go after what you really want. I also love the fact that this film isn't apologetic about the fact that it is super centric about Lindsay Lohan. She really is front and center. She is pretty much in every single scene of this movie. She is leading it from the forefront, and she does do a really good job. It's just a little bit of a shame, as some of the other supporting characters really could have been developed, but they really do feel like supporting characters in Lindsay Lohan's film. So let's go through all of them one by one. So of course, first of all, we have Lindsay Lohan herself playing Maddie, and she does do a really good job in terms of bringing this really sweet, nice, naive girl to life. And I do actually think this character is pretty relatable in terms of not being able to yet speak up for yourself, but the journey that she goes on to learn this trait, I think is actually really, really empowering, and I think like a lot of people can actually learn a lot from her as a result. We then have Speleers playing James, and of course you recently saw this guy playing the other side of Joe Goldberg in You Season 4. So he does a really good job here. He's equally really nice, likable, charming. I feel like he definitely could have had a few more layers to him. I mean, out of all of the supporting characters, you do definitely get to spend a lot more time with this character, but even still, I would have loved it if we would have seen a few more layers from him, as like I said, he had the capacity and the capability of being a really good fleshed out character. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said about Alexander Vloahos playing the title character Paul Kennedy that everybody is obsessed with. But I just feel like, unfortunately, this actor just felt a little bit miscast in this role, as he just didn't have that charm, allure, bravado that I feel like this character definitely did need, and if anything, he just felt like a little bit of a dweeb, and as a result, you can't really see the fantasy that all of these ladies are having in terms of wanting and dreaming of being with this character. Elizabeth Tan's character of Emma, I thought was actually really, really good, as she is starting off as being one of Lindsay Lohan's Maddie's character's best friends, and then you do kind of see this character as a little bit of a villain, as you're made to feel that she is taking something from Lindsay Lohan's Maddie's character, and then you're like, oh, you know, can you trust this character? Did she steal something? But then of course, as the movie progresses, you do actually find out it's pretty much fate that Emma and actually Paul do belong together. But after the first act of this movie, you don't really see Emma that much in a bit of a leading capacity, which is a bit of a shame. We've also got Jane Seymour, who is playing Lindsay Lohan's Maddie's character's mother. And I thought it was really interesting, as Jane Seymour doesn't share any scenes with any of the other characters in person, apart from one of the wizards. And actually, Jane Seymour was able to film all of her scenes in 2 days. So, you know, I feel like Irish Wish definitely, I feel like if the film was longer, they could have explored a lot more of the secondary characters. There could have been even more adventures and chaos taking place. And on that point, I love the third and final act of this movie, as everything does really become chaotic and everything really does feel full circle. And this movie does progressively get better and better. I feel like it was pretty slow in the beginning, and I was just like, what on earth is this movie? But then it did get a lot better, and then especially when the twist took place, then it really did improve. And if you're just after a fun, light-hearted 90-minute movie, then I do actually think that Irish Wish is a really good option for you. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of Irish Wish? What do you think of Lindsay Lohan's big comeback in the movie space? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.